In the world of mathematics, a ratio is like a bridge connecting two quantities. It helps us understand the relationship between them. Simply put, a ratio is a comparison of two numbers by division. For example, imagine a fruit basket with 6 apples and 4 oranges. The ratio of apples to oranges can be expressed as 6 to 4. This ratio tells us that for every 6 apples, there are 4 oranges in the basket. Ratios are valuable tools for comparing quantities in various real-life situations. Whether it's the ratio of ingredients in a recipe or the ratio of wins to losses for a sports team, understanding ratios helps us make sense of the world around us. There are two common ways to express ratios, as fractions and using colons. Let's revisit our fruit basket example to illustrate both methods. The ratio of apples to oranges, 6 to 4, can be written as the fraction 6/4. This fraction represents the part-to-part relationship between the number of apples and the number of oranges. Using a colon, the same ratio is expressed as 6 to 4. The colon symbol separates the two quantities being compared. Both fractions and colons effectively represent ratios. The choice of notation often depends on personal preference or the specific context of the problem. Now let's delve into the concept of proportions. A proportion is a statement that asserts the equality of two ratios. In simpler terms, it means that two ratios represent the same relationship between quantities. To determine if two ratios form a proportion, we can employ a handy technique called cross multiplication. This method involves multiplying the numerator of the first ratio by the denominator of the second ratio, and vice versa. If the cross products are equal, the ratios are proportional. For instance, consider the ratios 3/4 and 6/8. Cross-multiplying, we get 3 times 8 equals 4 times 6, which simplifies to 24 equals 24. Since the cross products are equal, we can conclude that 3/4 and 6/8 are proportional. Section 4. Real-world ratios, boys and girls in a club. Let's apply our knowledge of ratios to a real-life scenario. Imagine a school club with 15 members, consisting of 9 boys and 6 girls. To find the ratio of boys to girls, we can express it as 9 to 6. This ratio indicates that for every 9 boys in the club, there are 6 girls. We can simplify this ratio by dividing both sides by their greatest common factor, which is 3. This gives us a simplified ratio of 3 to 2. This simplified ratio conveys the same information as the original ratio, but in a more concise form. Section 5. Practice problems, testing your knowledge. Now it's time to put your ratio and proportion skills to the test with these practice problems. 1. Stamp collection. A stamp collector has 30 US stamps and 20 foreign stamps. What is the ratio of US stamps to foreign stamps? 2. Doctor-patient ratio. A clinic has 5 doctors for every 100 patients. Express this ratio as a fraction in simplest form. 3. Dog park fun. At a dog park there are 12 small dogs and 8 large dogs. What is the ratio of small dogs to the total number of dogs at the park? 4 car colors. On a used car lot, the ratio of silver cars to black cars is 5 to 3. If there are 15 silver cars, how many black cars are there? 5. Cross multiplication challenge. Determine if the ratios 2/5 and 10/25 are proportional using cross multiplication.